Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I am Nerdarchist Ted, and tonight we are going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. But this is not your everyday D&D fantasy game. We are jumping into the far future. Check back on session 1 for the full write-up. But we're here for some Dungeons and Delving with these fine players. So with that, I'm going to take after our previous DMs on this Tuesday night series and say, what did we all remember last time? So who wants to go first? Robin.
Okay. So we are on this game show where we're trying to get public attention for going into these dungeons and, you might say delving them. We talked to a whole bunch of potential sponsors, including a kobold that I thought was really cool, but didn't like us all that much, unfortunately. But I will be friends with him by the end of this campaign. And I've also decided that I'm going to make friends with a member of one of the other teams who is a warforged and a spellcaster, and I think that's really cool. I'm very enthused about that. But we actually ended up signing on with the weapons company, if I have that right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And can I take a pause to ask what the slogan for them was, because we're supposed to use it.
So
I
it's
remember-
power should make you say,
there you go, Doug. It's man's mighty munitions, because power should make you say,
Is it one N or two in that?
Three M's.
No, in man.
Oh, 2 N's.
I'm holding out for the
All right,
sponsorship of the Blades of Sharpness, best kitchen knives on the planet, obviously. Still working on that. But in addition to that, the party did not like my ideas for strategies for winning delving the dungeons outside of the delves. I figured if we could, keep them up late carousing, or maybe slip them something in their food to give them diarrhea. All these time-honored traditions for winning underhandedly, but they were not having it.
I'd say Tabitha, to the contrary, embraced that after learning that Dungeons and Delvings was not, in fact, a perilous life or death test of might, but in fact a test of involving wit and savvy. And to that end, Tabitha has gotten on a magical device of her own from some stagehand that she commanded. And you can follow her at Invincible Soar 1, where she just tweeted out Man's Mighty Munitions slogan with a link to this game. And she is ready to delve into the dungeon and give the crowd a show.
And isn't that like a real Twitter account too?
Yeah, literally just it's Hark in this world.
That's pretty awesome. So I do remember how we were going around meeting different sponsors. We were trying to entice them. We met this tech dude. He was a kobold with bunny ears. Burke just did not get it with relation to the hair bit, thinking it was like hair. And then we went to see who reminded me very much of like Gallywix from WoW. He was like an obese goblin that ran a burger empire, and he had some thugs who were named Daryl, and they were spelled the same, which was like, oh my gosh. And then we went to this creepy cult of the all-seeing eye or some nonsense. I can't remember quite if that was right. And then we went to meet this tatted up person. I believe they were an elf. I think we established she, her. I can't remember. And this was Man of Man's Mighty Munitions. And we ended up getting a sponsorship
Because
with
power should make
them.
you say
And
hashtag.
I'm sorry?
I said because power should make you say hashtag.
Yes, because power should make you say We also learned that Nebula, our local elf idol one-hit wonder, has a rival named Seraphina, who basically hit it big by parodying or responding to one of Nebula's songs, while Nebula fell into woeful obscurity. That's what I remember.
Not allowed to flip you off.
Yeah, Serafina is here at the competition, and is in fact in one of the teams.
Have we established though that we do come out to delve the dungeon to taste my boots?
I
don't
think
know
so.
if
Should.
yet.
We should.
I
I don't
think
think
it's,
Nebula would allow us.
It
to
was
do
a
anything else.
hit, right? I mean, even if
Oh,
you
yeah.
were a one-hit wonder, Nebula, it nevertheless was a hit.
Correct.
How many other teams?
Serafina Galamin, singer, dancer, and social media diva. She is part of the team Shiny Unicorn, which you guys have not actually seen in person yet. So, are we ready to get into all of this?
Mm-hmm. So ready.
All right. So we start off. Time has progressed a little bit. You've had a chance to do some socializing and some meeting. You've met some of the people, but not quite everyone in the competition as of yet. The rounds so far, you are team number 3 to be entering into round 1 of the dungeon. Black Razor's Revenge. They got the poor draw and they went first. They are at 84 points. The little bit that you were allowed to see, they started in the treetop and they fought some kind of golem. Team Flumps came in with a spectacular performance starting at the mountain, fighting an air elemental, and they have a whopping 97 points. You guys were told, what the scoring structure was. Apparently, the Flumps nailed every challenge, barely stopped, and kept the crowd enthralled the entire time of their performance. They apparently have some showmanship about them, and we're not slowed down by traps, hazards. We're not, slowed down by the climb up the mountain. And the air elemental, they just had the wind knocked out of it. So with that, you are led down the hall, down the ramp, escorted, by more people in orange shirts with the DND Dungeons and Delving logo emblazoned upon it. Bill seems to have, either the night off or some other kind of duty this evening. As you are led. Do you have any final questions? They ask.
Are there any rules outside to get through the dungeon in a flashy way?
I mean, not really. There's areas that magic might not work. There's areas that, there'll be signs, there'll be things for you to notice. There's going to be traps. There's going to be hazards. There's going to be combat.
Oh, all right. All righty then. Are we ready for this, team?
Hey, before we go, I offer each of one of my new friends a mushroom pastry stuffed with mustard custard.
Ooh,
Here, if you need a little boost, eat this. So as a bonus action, you can eat that, and it'll give you 3 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
Quietly wrap it in a napkin to set in my bag for later and smile in a way that I hope is not as tersely as it actually is and say thank you.
So the gentleman with the clipboard looks at you, Burke. The dungeon is, definitely requires quite a lot. And he looks over to your Gantuan companion, the large, very furry, very stout beast that you have with you. Is that going with you?
Oh, yeah. He was part of the entry. When they listed gear, I just kind of put him off to the side, and they said it was all right.
Okay. You know that, like, challenges and things in there. He doesn't seem very dexterous or mobile.
Oh, you'll be surprised. he's like a cannonball. Once he gets going, he just don't stop, don't you know?
Okay. Well, then, you want to sign this waiver real quick?
Not particularly, but and I kind of look at the others to see what they think about it.
I mean, he'll be fine. It's just, making sure that, you're not going to come after us because, it's a living thing. And, while safety is ensured by all contestants, he's not really listed as a contestant. You are?
I snap my fingers and hold out a hand for the piece of paper because I'm going to read the whole thing.
It's basically, the same kind of thing that you guys all had signed, saying that, safety is, part and parcel of it. And it's got all of the safety measures that are involved. There's just the added clause here at the fact that he is choosing to take the Ganchuan on as part and parcel, as listed for entertainment purposes. But if something goes awry, the Dungeons and Delving LLC or whatever have you is not to be, responsible.
Oh, okay. That sounds very very reasonable, and I sign it.
All right, excellent. So you're going to go through here. The host will announce you. As is typical, there's fire and the door will open, and you'll be presented with your first access to delve, and it'll be pretty obvious of what your terrain is, and it's pretty much go forward, find the exit.
So Enzo trundles forward, and he's just got like pots and pans and kitchen utensils strapped all around his body as armor. and a makeshift serving tray with straps that have been bolted to the one side of it as a shield, and he's just got like knife sheaths affixed all around that tray, that makeshift shield. And also there's cooking knives poking out of all over the place from him to draw from.
That's quite a loud getup you've got there. Wish you the best of luck. Your the sponsor has got some things to drop in on you as soon as you get started. So you'll be able to have you'll be able to have some fun things to get started with your delve. It's kind of taking all of you in, and the ridiculousness of all of you combined is just kind of a sight. Where some of the other teams seem to have a more of a uniform look. You guys are anything but.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They had like uniforms or just some kind of cookies.
Yeah, certain color schemes. Beyond just the armband that the team Flumps had. Was definitely a thing. You haven't really seen any of the the unicorns, but you did see the. Come on. You saw
Black Razors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was that what the Goliath was in that I mocked on Hark?
Yes.
Well, there's nothing sensational about sameness.
But
that's our motto.
The gibbering mouthers all have
like
a red and brown look to them.
Hashtag not sensational.
But by all means, nothing is forcing you to conform to the other groups. After all, you are the sensational chimera, which is mushing of multiple things together. So, all right, if there's not anything else, he points the way. The door opens, and you're led into just a very nondescript 20 by 20 room. the wall just kind of closes behind you, and the faintest bit of music begins to play.
We on an elevator?
Uh,
Huh.
you get the sensation that movement is happening.
I look alert all of a sudden and hold my sword up when I detect the room is
Okay.
moving.
So here's the sitch. Whenever the doors open again and we're let out of here, I'm gonna give us a smoke screen effect. Everybody try to look badass.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I'm feeling rather underdressed now. And he adjusts this breastplate that he has that's kind of like beat up and not great. He's like, I mean, even she's got to get those skull ornamentations there on her leather armor there, don't you know?
Okay, it's not about how you're dressed. It's a little bit about how you're dressed, but it's mostly not about how you're dressed. Just act like you don't care.
Listen, my
Oh.
friend, just remember, Burke, you are the accessory for your Gantuan there. He's the real star.
Yeah,
You say as if you're
everybody
not all
knows that
accessories
much.
for me. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you don't have a very good internal monologue.
Perhaps they have a
Well,
handbag version of these Gantuan creatures. A
Oh
lap
yeah, can you do
Gantuan.
that? Can you breed them down so they're real small, like a toy version? I think all the aristocrats would love that.
Hmm.
There's a marketing opportunity there.
The
I
Are we
would
like
definitely buy one for
televised?
my purse. Yeah.
At this moment, no, you are not on
Okay.
camera.
Okay, but like when you're in the mix.
Yes.
Okay.
So the room stops moving, and the door to your right opens, and just a small chest is sorry, four small chests are off to the side.
They're starting with mimics.
And they
Pull the knives.
Right?
they each have a name scribed on them, and next to it is the emblazoned upon each chest is that triple M logo that you are familiar with.
Oh, maybe they're
looks
not
like
mimics.
we got a gift.
I'm just really excited to be here.
I opened the box.
All right, so I'm assuming you opened Nebula's box.
Yes, I opened Nebula's box.
so-
I am Nebula.
I take a step back or two when she does, about 10 feet.
So you have your tech box, the little thing that floats around and records everything you do. While you do have your handheld device, a lot of times your tech box actually does a lot of things for you.
His name is
and-
David.
It's David. Well,
Yes.
side happens to be another one. This one is sleek and has a color scheme to match the outfit that you were wearing the day yesterday at this point in time, the day you met Mandrid, and it as soon as you open the box, it floats up, greets you, and begins going through its very fast update process, and it tells you that it can update its visuals to your preference, including its own voice selection, but it in and of itself is a +1 focus, and it can also allow you to cast your spells through it, and it can travel up to 30 feet from you. So therefore, you could extend a touch spell out to 30 feet, or just have your the range of your spell increased if you want this thing more than 30 feet from you, or more than away from you. There you go.
So what I'm hearing is I now have a robo familiar.
Yes,
This one's gonna be named Freddy.
Freddy. All right.
Steven's got me.
Who's next?
I'll open the one for me.
All right. So inside is a very thick, heavy spiked collar.
Oh, this looks very what are they calling this? Punky?
Yeah, Burke, that's gonna look good on you.
It does not look like it would fit you. It looks like it would fit your Gargantuan.
Could be a belt.
I can't tell if it's supposed to be a belt or, I bet it goes to Hefty. And I put it on Hefty.
So this adds +3 to his armor class.
Ooh.
But most importantly, there's a note in here that describes the call word. You can use a bonus action to teleport Hefty next to you.
Oh, cool. Nice.
I lean into
Very
Tabitha.
cool.
I knew Hefty was the true star.
Bert could
Look
use
at
a bit of
Hefty.
shushing up, though.
He looks like one of those bikers now, and I just like rub his ears.
He sits there. He's got his very very wide mouth, open, tongue lolling out to the side.
Show us your mean face, Hefty.
That is his mean face.
Okay, we'll work on that.
You'll have to teach him, Tabitha.
I look at him and grimace, which is just my normal.
That's what I was about to
Ladies first. I point to the chest and
All right,
Tabitha.
I'll walk forward. Like I don't have a care in the world and open it up.
So
I never thought it was trapped.
Inside is just a single ring that seems to be like some kind of like silver and black metal, just worked in just a basic, just boring band.
I put it on and look at it. And is there like are we being filmed in here?
No, this is all.
Oh, this is under the prep room.
Only by Nebula.
I'll have my back to everybody else and sort of like admiring it and then looking back at them like so that they don't see that I secretly think it's pretty cool.
So it is a simple +1 focus.
Okay.
But the note inside tells you that like the tech box, this too can be altered to the wearer's presence or preference.
Okay.
But it also gives you the ability to operate items with fine control. So basically, you could use it to animate your sword or whatever else you might be able to, think up with your imagination.
No, everyone appears to be frozen.
Oh, really? Didn't seem like it to me. Is everybody frozen? Am I
Well,
frozen?
Time stop.
Nothing's frozen on.
It might be on my end then. So, if I'm the only one left, I'll go up to the box.
All right. So you open up your box, and at first the only thing you see is cloth. But when you unravel it, it's basically a belt of 5 knives, chef's knives, obviously. And the note tells you that the belt and the knives are connected. That it is a set of +1 knives, but if you don't have the knife on your person, i.e., you've dropped, lost, or thrown the item, after a minute, it will disappear from wherever it is and reappear back on the belt.
Ooh, fancy.
So once you've retrieved your items and closed the boxes, the door, the wall to your right, I should say, closes. There's a little bit more music. Might be a tune that you're familiar with, if you're paying attention to it. And then a minute or so later, the door directly in front of you opens up. The light from inside kind of momentarily blinds you as you look out, and for just the briefest of moments, you're seeing just a vast array of gray with blue gridded lines everywhere. And as soon as you acknowledge that fact, everything seems to shimmer and change. And just outside the door is a 5 foot by 5 foot platform and an endless expanse as you see yourselves high above in the treetops.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Like
press
we're looking down at
digitatus.
them.
What
Oh,
was that, Doug?
We're like looking down at this.
You are in the trees. When you step out, there is one small platform, and then it just branches and branches leading
Okay.
off.
Cool.
yeah, I pressed the digitatus some fog for walking out of the box as
Okay.
promised.
Nice.
I will cast Blade Ward as I'm walking through the fog, which looks sort of like this picture behind me of just these spectral swords, like. And
I will be
Protect-
one-handed juggling my knives.
Okay.
then I look back at Burke and like.
And I'm kind of like pausing for a second. I'm like, oh, that's me. And so I will take my staff that I have with me and I will vault out. And then when I vault out, I will try this new collar as the bonus action.
Okay.
And I will cause Hefty to, in this explosion of fur, just appear underneath me and I land on him.
He's
Nice.
surprisingly agile for a big man, I say to Enzo.
So there's definitely a reaction from somewhere. You don't see any people. There does not appear to be any kind of audience, and yet the element of, if there was a live audience, you hear that cheers, the clapping, you hear a cacophony of people calling out the names. Some people are yelling Chimera, Chimera. Some people are just calling out the individual names of the lot of you. It definitely is getting to you, but very, very quickly, almost as if somebody just kind of like waves their hand, it all just quiets down, and you're left with the typical silence of a forest as you see the branches that could barely make out a winding pathway in front of you.
Oh, okay. I thought we were like in the treetops. We're just amongst trees.
You're amongst trees,
but on the ground.
And it is there is something that at this point in time that could be construed as a path, but it's,
we're on the ground though.
No, you are.
Oh, we're not.
You are up in the trees.
Oh.
And the path is across tree branches.
Oh, okay. Neat.
But you are at least 80 feet up. If you gauge your distances correctly. So a fall would not be fun.
Watch your step. That first one's a doozy. Hey there, Burke. I think you and Hefty are up. This seems like the kind of place you should lead.
Oh, alrighty then. We can do that. And we'll just start running because we're trying to be like super showmanshipy.
Okay.
So I'm
creature first.
I'm just gonna try and stay like in the middle of the pack here and keep everyone within 60 feet of me because I happen to have feather fall.
Okay.
Tabitha is gonna take up the route. She's actually kind of nervous because she is pretty clumsy, so she's like tentatively going, and like she actually for once like puts her sword in her sheath and is like double handing it, like if there's any kind of guardrail.
Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Okay.
How are you trying to get across these trees?
Definitely just strength.
Athletics.
Athletics. I've had both, but I will go with athletics.
All right. Let's give me some rolls.
Bam,
man,
that's a
we're not
9.
starting out great.
Okay.
Dude, no shit, nat 20 out. I haven't touched anything. I'll get the thing, which is a 22.
What do you have, Robin?
15.
15. So Enzo has a 9. What does Burke have?
A 9.
I was like, oh, Burke, this is Burke's gig. He knows what he's doing here. I'm going to do exactly like Burke does.
And you do.
And you do. Oh, no.
Give both of you who have a 9, go ahead and give me a deck save. Last chance to catch yourself before you're falling.
Oh my god, it's worse.
Oh,
I rolled
got
a 3 the
15.
first time. I rolled a 2 that time.
You said
Oh my
15?
god.
I got a 15.
All right, so Burke is able to catch himself, whereas Enzo begins to fall.
God.
Does
Oh
Nebula
no, that's not okay
do
now.
anything about that?
I mean, of course, I'm gonna like feather fall, which only works within 60 feet, so somebody is gonna have to like catch you quick.
Here's a question. Are
Did
there
Hefty
like
make it?
multiple layers to these branches and stuff?
Well, right now where you guys are at, there is no tiers. Below you, it's a straight 80-foot drop.
Okay.
No.
But
Okay, rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the
And it lasts a
spell
minute.
ends. That doesn't make sense.
the spell lasts a minute, so you'd be able to fall 600 feet. You fall
Okay.
slowly and take no damage.
Okay. Yeah, so like you should be good. You should be able to like hit the ground and not get hurt.
So you fall very slowly for 30 feet before an unseen net catches you, Enzo.
Is it like a
You are now-
like a circus net where it's bouncy?
Yes.
Can I try and trampoline back
Except
up?
Except it's seems to be made entirely of light. So go ahead and give me an
Neat.
acrobatics roll. You're trying to trampoline up 30 feet.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be tricky. What do you got?
What did you get?
Natural one. It gives me a 4. I rolled a 3, 2, and 1 in a row.
Wow.
Man, so you
Nowhere to
saw-
go but up.
You saw last session with super high roll of a cooking. But you come into the competition, and so far you are not off to a good start there, Enzo. So would you like to describe how spectacularly you failed?
So I fall, right? And first of all, I follow Burke and I exactly like he does. And I kind of misstep because he blocks my vision. So I kind of like step into space that he dodged around. And then I begin falling. Nebula catches me with a spectacular save of a feather fall spell. So, I kind of like ballerina my way down. And then once I feel the net give, I kind of bunch up my legs underneath of me and get ready to spring, but my foot gets caught underneath. So as I go up, the net comes with me because it's snagged on my foot, and it actually like just cocoons around me, and I am like cocooned in the net.
Oh no.
Help!
All right.
Ah, I'm stuck. It's got me.
All
It's
right,
a mimic.
So
First challenge.
well done, Dave. So this is another element to the game. When you guys happen to fail tasks, that goes off of that marks points essentially against you. But if you do something, you can fail spectacularly. And if you give me a good enough description of why people at home might enjoy that, you'll still have the fail points. But you're going to get points on the other side for
Oh,
class,
that's cool.
whatever terminology. So there is a balancing factor that can be done here. I have my little hashtags up here, keeping track of everything. So
Burke,
yeah,
Burke, send
Lots
Hefty.
of-
Send Hefty.
Okay, Hefty, go get him. And Hefty just like goes over and is like, and then like licks him.
Well, I'll grab Hefty's collar. All right, bring us back.
And Hefty will just like waddle over up to where the tree is, and you see that these giant pads that he has just as these huge talons come out, and he starts just digging into the tree as he climbs up, just waddling up the tree.
I think he was trying to say that he would grab onto Hefty and have Hefty teleport over to you, but that works just as well.
Oh yeah, we're not very flashy out in the country. No, no, we just use the practical way to go about things.
Cute points.
I'm grumbling to Hefty the whole time. He could have just recalled you. Instead, I'm dangling here like
Yeah,
a day
you're just
old
like
trout.
a cocoon, like being dragged up the tree. And then I'll go over and I'll help him, and I'll be like, "Oh, it was like you just needed to loosen it here." And I pull it.
But you could have just teleported Hefty back to you.
Oh, I mean, we are trying to be flashy now, aren't we? I need to get better at that.
Trying to be flashy, trying to be quick.
Here,
Just
do
don't
you want
get
me
too
to throw you
flashy
back
because
over
this show
the...
is PG-13.
Here, hold on. Let's try again. And I shove him back over.
I totally go with that. I was not expecting that at all, especially from Burke.
And then I'll just send Hefty to waddle back down. And then it goes over to where Enzo is, and then just back up.
I look over at Nebula and I'm like, is this really happening? And I'm just like standing over there clutching to the thing because I imagine it's like, everybody keeps going and bouncing off it, shaking around.
This takes a couple minutes for all of this to transpire, for Hefty to climb down and, climb back up and then climb down and teleport back. During this time, Nebula and Tabitha, are you doing anything to occupy your time or doing anything to, try to, wow or pizzazz anyone?
So I feel like I would definitely be looking forward to like what's ahead of us and then like strategizing with my girl here.
Okay.
Yeah, and for Tabitha's part, still just like sort of tentative, but then like wanting to move forward. But they keep jostling this bridge. I'm imagining, at least that's how I'm imagining it, and like, yeah, we're just like, can we,
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, ooh, my big +0. 4. Oh, wait, what's my? I can. Never mind. Well, yeah, I'll try it. I'm going to use my talisman. If I fail an ability check, I can add a D4 to the roll, potentially turning it into a success. I'm sure it won't work, but I just want to use it. 7 total.
All right. I would not have, tried to use something on a 4 out of, tried to get in the...
I'm just trying to use my ability.
Sure, no worries. You don't see anything other than the, the twisting branches that are ahead of you. It does appear that, things continue and they don't get easier from here. How about you, Nebula? Are you trying to look ahead as well?
For sure.
Give me a perception check as well.
14.
14. So in and amongst the winding, twisting branches, you definitely see what, could have been leftover fog or, just, the off-color leaves. Ahead is, in fact, spider webbing.
I'm going to mention this to Tabitha, point that out.
Yeah, so you were affixed basically before it and after it, and you must have thought it was either leftover fog from Nebula's spell or just those off-color leaves I just previously mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You had not ascertained that it was in fact webbing.
Oh, what they bounced off of was webbing, or up ahead?
Up ahead.
Okay.
In the
but I didn't notice that.
Correct. Well, but now because of Nebula, you do.
Yeah. I just want to. Maybe we should get down out of these trees. As we're watching them bounce and go back and forth, or is that some sort of barrier?
You believe you have to get through the treetops.
All right.
And in fact, you know that this was the first challenge for the Black Racer's Revenge. The treetops is one of the listed dungeons that had been on the show in previous seasons.
Mm-hmm.
For those who had actually paid attention and watched.
Well, Burke was an avid watcher of the show. What does he know about this particular challenge?
So go ahead and give me a history check there, Steven.
Okay. Um,
I'll
17.
even give you an advantage because, as Dave pointed out, you are an avid fan. So
That
not
first
just
one was
casual.
my advantage. 17.
All
I
right,
also rolled a
so-
2.
Well, the 2 doesn't matter. The 17 does. What you know is it is a winding, twisting path. As you get ahead, there will be choices. But pretty much once you start down a path, you have to hope that you made the good one. Uh, you know that at some point in time, it's highly likely that you'll switch from a from this to a different particular um, hazard or a new terrain.
Okay.
So the goal is to try to get out of the treetops.
How long does it usually take to go through a dungeon? Like, would I know that?
You wouldn't because you're watching it, fast stepped.
Uh-huh.
They show the highlights, they show the best moments.
Okay.
There is a probably a timer, so it could be a couple hours. The fastest recorded time was probably an hour.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I will I'll explain that to everyone so everyone's kind of on the same page. I'm like, all right, no more playing around. We got to get going now. Hopefully that was showy enough. Are you all right, Enzo? And I just like pat him on the back.
Yeah, nothing wounded but my pride.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like all of us are going to have that happen before the day's out with the way things keep going.
Did I mention I thought I was signing up for a cooking show?
Oh, did they have a lot of nets in the cooking show?
Only for your hair.
Oh, yeah.
Giant spiders.
Giant spiders. Oh,
Only
no.
only in your cooking pots.
Oh, but sometimes there's giant spiders in this here dungeon.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
think there's some right
Speaking
ahead.
of which,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
point.
yeah.
well, I have a real easy way to deal with that one now.
A sneaky Bobby
right.
Mind Flayer switched the entries on me.
So I will clap my hands together, and as they expand, you just see this fire licking between his fingers, and I produce flame, and I will just chuck it in the direction of the spider webs.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Okay.
Burn
Be
down
really
the
good at
forest. That's
Well, this is how this is going. I got a natural 5 plus 5, so that is 10.
There you go. That hits.
Oh wow, okay. So then do I roll damage?
Yes.
Okay. 11.
All right. So the spider webbing that Nebula pointed out, just webbing, as you know, is definitely adverse to flames,
Mm-hmm.
especially with Burke's knowledge of nature. Looks to be a hazard, resolved quite quickly.
Way to go,
Alrighty
Burke.
then. Thank you. Now we can go on ahead. Should I lead again? And I get ready to charge.
Yeah, you did such a good job last time.
Alrighty then.
You've got this.
Burke, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 17.
17. So as you begin charging off, you get a couple branches ahead, and one of them just happens to look off.
Oh, that branch there don't look right.
You can't exactly tell what about it. I mean, maybe it's the coloration, maybe it's the odd angle, but it's clearly like the next step, and it's going to be a challenge to try and avoid it. You
Okay.
can easily
I
step
will.
into it, but
I'm going to use my ring from Man's Mighty Munitions
Mhm.
and use it to have my greatsword go over and just sort of tap at the limb.
Okay.
So from the back of the party, you just see my sword float past you.
So as that happens, from the branches above, a very heavy net falls down over top of that branch, and as it hits that branch, you notice either visually or auditorially, whatever your preference is, little bells seem to be attached to the end. And as those bells go off,
Oh, I know that sound anywhere. Dinner time. And I draw
Not for
a
us.
That's not a good thing.
you see, crashing through the treetops, a multi-headed creature with red wings, a red tail, the head of a lion, the head of a goat, and the head of a dragon. And the dragon's mouth opens, and an exhalation of flame comes in at you guys. It looks like it was initially orienting in the direction of where the net was, but it doesn't seem to mind a slight change. So I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I bet they thought this was dreadfully funny.
Can I also...
There couldn't be a more worthy foe for the power that we wield. Power which
10.
should make you Satan.
Can I cast absorb elements?
Is that a reaction?
Yes.
Then absolutely.
All right, I would like to do that. So
I got a 13.
You got a 15.
I got a 1. Nah, a dirty 1.
A dirty one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one of you passed. So it is 30 points of fire damage.
Oh!
That hurt.
And the creature flies off. Seemed to do a strafing run.
30, you said?
Yep.
So
We need
did
to
I
go.
pass?
Yes, Steven.
Okay, so it's 15.
Mhm.
All right. Ouch.
Can I use one of those little quick aside moments?
Absolutely.
When we were in the...
So-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
It cuts away from the action currently going on to Tabitha. Does Tabitha wish to speak to anyone in particular, or is this just in the mind of?
Yeah, in the mind of it, in the green room when they by herself. She
Doing a
was
talking head.
doing all preparatory work, and yes, as they're talking head, it'll explain that I was a little bit impatient with my companions, not just because we were wasting time, but because before going into the dungeon, I called on my vast eldritch might to imbue myself with necrotic life force, and that stuff only lasts an hour, but time was running thin, but in that moment I was glad I had cast it. And I'm talking about false life, so it absorbed some of the damage. That's also why I didn't eat Enzo's muffin. I already had 10 hit points, so it ate up a little bit of it.
Very cool. So we rejoin the four of you /5 if you count Hefty upon the treetops, slightly singed. The net with bells, still slightly singed, tingles, from the wafting of the chimera's wings, almost as if it's a small slight upon the fact that the sensational chimera was attacked by the chimera.
I'm trying
Fire,
to.
right?
So I just was twirling my staff as the flames were coming at me, and the fire actually was going into the staff, and now there's just these flames sort of radiating off of it. Are we in initiative?
You don't see the creature.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't see it anywhere.
It flew back up into the trees.
Okay. I would like to use my flaming staff to cut the rope on the net so that it doesn't trigger again.
Sure.
Okay.
I would like to interact with an action and scoop up the net as we keep going, and have a bonus action to use.
Now, is that because you already have all of the clanking and banging of the pots? A little bit of bells is not going to bother you?
It is not going to bother me at all. And I'm going to use my second wind.
Sure.
Is anybody hurting too bad?
Oh, I'm hurting very badly. I can heal myself, though. I was actually going to try and figure out who was hurt the worst and get on that.
Oh,
You have no idea about Tabitha because after the dust clears, she just goes and walks forward. After
well, here I'll help you out there, miss. And I kneel down and poke a section of the wood, and you see this little sprig just spring up, and 10 berries form, and I pick them all off, and then I offer you a handful of good berries.
I will take those and trade you a cure wounds.
I'm down about
thank
half.
You there.
Hold on. Okay, so that's going to be 11 HP for... I'm sorry, I completely blanked on your name for a second there. I don't have it.
Burke.
Burke. It's gonna be 11 HP for Burke, and Anzo...
Nebula.
I don't even need 11 HP.
Don't make the gossip true, Nebula.
I'm at full again.
Gets 8.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna have to heal myself because I have 3 hit points right now.
Oh my gosh!
Well, you have the berries as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's true. I have 13 hit points right now.
And you feel kind of bloated.
Yeah, very much so.
Good berry is not very good for your waistline.
Yeah, I look back and say that's a lot of berries.
Shut up.
I mean, I only feed Hefty one of those handfuls for a whole meal. So, and he just kind of like walks up beside you and looks really pitiful for a minute, like he wants one.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna have to run it off, won't I? And I charge forward.
All right, so
good motivator, Enzo.
Let's get another round
Food
of
can be a good
either
motivation.
acrobatics or athletics. See how the next foray into the forest goes.
Oh no, I learned.
Oh my gosh.
22.
I got a nat 20. That's 24.
I do a flip.
13 for me.
19 giving me a 25.
What was that check, Burke?
I got a natural 20, so I got 24.
All right. So what does Burke do that's spectacular? We see a flip from Nebula.
So Burke is just running along, and then he kind of whispers something to Hefty, and then he hops on Hefty, and Hefty starts outrunning her. and he kind of jumps up over her and does like this, and lands in front of her, keeps running.
All right. I'm gonna say with that nat 20 roll, there's a moment where like his claws are like scraping along these very very small tree limbs, and whether it looks like it was done on purpose or not, he like kind of swings under, you grip on and just happen to look at the camera. It probably wasn't by choice. You were probably like pointing to somebody else, but you have that moment where like you point to the audience directly. Wing
He's like riding
60 and keep running.
Yes.
What about Enzo? What is your
I am spinning the net like a pizza. As I run along,
like 30-foot diameter.
That's fine.
Right?
He like folded it up and he's like, got
okay.
it.
Nice. All right. So you come to a fork in the branches, and it appears there is this like almost like carved face, in the tree, but it's not carved in. It's like protruding out, but it still looks like it was carved there. but it's clear that the branches like go around the tree, and you can go in either direction.
Hmm.
You know what I'm gonna say if you ask me.
What?
Now, does this face talk?
Are you asking the tree? Are you asking your companions?
I'm asking the GM for my memory.
You are not sure. This is not something that you've observed.
Which
Hey,
is the
Tabitha.
best path to take? Just say out loud and walk up to this tree face.
So the tree, the eyes kind of do that whole shifty look at you. Why, you should take the right path.
Semper lateralis. He means right is incorrect.
Obviously.
I will pull
What-
out a treat and offer it to the face.
Hmm.
Do go on.
Do you put it in its mouth?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could be a trap. What if
Are
it bites
you-
your hand off?
We're gonna find out.
Are you offering this willingly, or is this an expected trade?
Is that him asking?
Indeed.
No, I'm giving it to you willingly. Is it a gift?
No. Why, thank you.
It doesn't look like you get around very much, so
Yes, the view is always the same.
that would get
Oh.
old fast.
They don't let you watch TV. You don't even watch the show you're on.
There's not many telescreens in here.
Which way did the last people who came by go?
They went, and the
Mhm.
eyes or the eyebrows, shift off to the left.
Okay. I'll turn back to my companions like, well, we could go the way our competitors went and obviously do better than them, or go the other way, plunge into the unknown and show them up by
Although they had a pretty good run.
not as good as the Flumps.
The Flumps were the ones who had the good score, and
Yeah, they had
went to
97.
the mountain, not the treetop.
Hmm.
They also something about a golem, so that could be what's that way.
Oh, that's true. Let's
So
try
we
the
have
other
some-
side.
All
All right,
right.
let's go.
Okay.
Only
if
competing
nothing
with
else-
ourselves that way.
If nothing else, it'll give the viewers
Smart.
at home that variety, don't
Something
you know?
different. That's right.
Yes. If
I'm moving.
there's- all right, I will follow. Good day, tree.
Thanks.
It it kind of raises its eyebrows. It really can't bow its head, but it offers a farewell greeting.
It does like that when you see somebody on the street, just like.
So
I'm raising my eyebrows, acknowledging your existence.
is Burke back in the lead?
Yeah, he should probably lead because he has a good perception.
I was thinking you're our ranger, and this is like woods.
I mean, I feel like that's going to be every dungeon.
I'm hating
So,
every
that's
second
cool.
of this treetop adventure.
So yeah, I'm just gonna persevere ahead.
That's in character, not. I'm enjoying
I was
myself.
hoping so, Dark.
Yeah. Through this stream. Out of here.
So is Burke doing this on foot, or is he attempting to ride on Hefty at the moment?
At the moment, I think he's gonna just do it on foot
All
because
right.
he doesn't want to tire Hefty out too much.
Sure. Give me a deck save.
Okay, dexterity saving throw. Oh my gosh, I got another nat 20 for 25. I am not even kidding.
All
My
right.
gosh.
So the branches underfoot seem to like wiggle and move, and it looks like they're trying to literally trip you up. So why don't you explain, from Burke's point of view, how he, notices this and deals with it. Again, 80 feet up, running on tree branches.
So he sees these vines start doing things like, oh, well, we're not about to deal with that nonsense now. And he will pole vault over that area with his staff.
Nice. So the rest of you see Burke pole vault over top of these, moving, whipping vines. And, they don't seem to stop moving. What do the rest of you do?
I say, yeah, that's not happening, and I just chop at them. I'll try to chop my way through.
All right, are you next in, I know you had said like you were looking to be like Vanguard. So did you step past or?
Oh, if they, I mean, I'm not gonna, push anybody out of the way, but that's
Okay.
me.
All right, so then it would be either Enzo or Nebula. What do you?
So
what do you
are there branches up above?
Well, there are.
I want to flip up the net and catch it into the branches above
Okay.
and use it to kind of like swing over.
Sure. Give me an athletics roll. You see 12.
Ooh, that's a 24.
There you go. So you can narrate exactly how this looks.
So yeah, so seeing him pole vault over these wriggling vines, I take my cue and I flip up the net into the branches above and just swing across, a la Tarzan style, and then like rip the net back down, and kind of like spin with a flourish and start folding it back up around my arm and keep going.
All right, Nebula, what do you do?
I raise my hands. I do a little theatrical turn. I misty step.
Ooh.
A theatrical turn with a misty step.
Yeah.
We
are supposed to give them the old razzle dazzle.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
I imagine you probably blow a kiss to the vines.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Or do you offer them your boot?
I'm trying to be more friendly, at least to the audience. We'll see how well that works for me.
Well, then, hearing Nebula say that instead of chopping my way, I'll use my ring to have my sword chop the way for me. Or try to, just like right in front of me.
Sure. Give me either an attack roll or athletics. Your
Sure.
preference.
I'll do an attack. Wait. 17.
All right. So with a quick snicker snack, you manage
a snicker snack.
Snicker snack. You cut through the moving vines.
All right.
Almost like you were stringing a giant axe.
I got a snicker snack. That's noteworthy.
Snicker snack.
Well, when you're not going anywhere, right? So you wend your way through these branches for quite a while. It seems like it's almost unending. Every so often, you hear
this path of branches seems unending, I say.
Every so often, you hear a rustle from above, Burke. You wonder if the creature is that you've encountered, is it pursuing from above? Possibly running on the other branches above. Is it flying and it just the gust of wind from its wind flapping that's rustling the branches above, or is it something else? But clearly something else is up there, or at least clearly something is up there. Where you eventually come to yet another element where there are two trees and the branches kind of flare out, and there is so anyone who's got a passive perception of 15 or higher would hear the rustling.
Russell?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
So know if that I would calling on Burke's issue. You don't hear that then.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, "Oh, is this a mind game? Is this like an illusion?" That was where my thought went
Yeah,
immediately.
no, that's totally cool. So perhaps you see a little bit of movement above,
Mm-hmm.
but you wouldn't hear it. It only happened to be if you periodically glance up is where you would see.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
very slight and very possibly not worth noticing. But
Mm.
the platform, opens up, or the branches open up into almost like a platform, and there's two trees that seem to be growing side by side. And as you had seen before, there is a raised face upon each tree, uh, and a very divergent path left and right. Um, but the path that extends off of here is only like a narrow vine to either side. It does not appear that it would support your weight, any of you.
You got to
Hmm.
be kidding me.
Oh well, Tabitha, you seem to be the no nonsense sort. Maybe you should go deal with those faces again.
All right.
How far is it?
Like you have to walk across a vine to get over by those faces?
No. There's like the branch actually opens up to be almost like a platform, almost like what you would start it on.
Oh.
And you're staring, looking at these two trees. The trunks literally look like they've grown next to each other, but going away from the trees to either side is like a vine that's like an inch thick, um, and it leads off into the distance, to either side. Neither which looks to be, very walkable. Not only is it super thin, but it doesn't look like it would support your weight. But yet, that's clearly the direction to either side. You have to pick one.
Yeah. Well, I'll walk up towards the trees and look back at my companions. I don't know if they're how far back from me they are, and just say hello. I'll address them in common.
What do you want?
You're here. What is your purpose here?
To slow you down.
Well, I appreciate the forthwithness. And I'll turn to the other. There's two faces, right? Do they both say that?
Yep.
They
They
both
look exactly the same.
Ah. I'll turn around and sort of walk a little briskly back to them, but trying to look cool. And I'll just relay that to them. I say, okay, well, I think their only purpose is to slow us down, they said. And it looks like we have to go past them to get on that vine. I don't know how facing a tree can slow us down. Maybe by causing us paranoia and having these conversations, worrying about it.
The vines, do they go straight across? Are they angled up or down?
They look like they are, straight across or maybe slightly angled up.
So,
maybe they're
you
the
said we
ones
have to-
controlling those moving vines, and that's what they mean by slowing us down.
Hey, Bert, can you do that fire trick again?
You mean burn away the veins? But then
No.
how we get across?
No. Maybe you can make those. Maybe you can talk to those trees.
Oh, I see. And I will produce my orb of fire, my produce flame. I'm holding it in one hand, just kind of tossing it like a baseball. And I'm like, it would be a shame if I accidentally threw this that general direction, wouldn't it be there, Nebula? And I like look back at you.
And I'm just like, you're threatening somebody and that's attractive, and I'm not really sure how to process this. I have no answer.
Well, what do you think, Nebula? Burke wants to know what you think.
Yeah, it would sure be a shame if that happened.
I think the only way I might figure out how to dismiss this would be if I were to have something distract me, like knowing how to get across those there veins.
So, looks like you're trying to intimidate a tree with a little bit of fire. How amusing would it be if, these branches just kind of moved on their own and, that whole fall thing.
Oh, well, I mean, then we get tangled up in that net and it would be very entertaining again. I'm okay with that.
Go ahead and make a dex save. The lot of you, as the tree begins to, or the branch underneath your feet begins to move.
You got a dirty 20?
Say he's the one who was going to throw fire.
Yeah.
21.
4.
Oh.
Ha! Got you beat. 5.
Tabitha and Enzo,
Never mind.
they weren't expecting the this whole process to go happening. Like all of a sudden the branch shifts and you begin falling. 30 feet later, you bounce into that net. There's a moment where it looks like there's a flicker and you drop another couple of feet, but it looks like there was a secondary net below. Without much issue, you're brought back up with the whether you climb off to the side and climb up the tree, or whether you get Hefty to cart you back up. It's not much work to get up there, but it does cost you a bit of time. But in that couple of minutes, what is Burke and Nebula doing?
Can I try to catch one of them when they start to fall? Or is that not possible?
I mean, not unless you've got a feather fall kind of thing.
Oh, okay, never
You
mind
got
then.
fire in one hand and catching yourself in the other.
Mm-hmm.
How far could I get on that vine before it snapped, do you reckon?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay.
I don't know how attuned in Nebula is with nature, but
I mean, I'm a bard, so I can at least try. 13?
This is a 13. I mean, you could guarantee that you're going to get 10 foot out.
How far is it total?
It goes off into the distance. You can't quite see that. There's not a whole lot of light out in that direction. It looks to be purposely blackened shadows to hide the distance.
Dancing lights.
You cast the lights, and they come from around you, and you send them out there, and whatever blackness, whatever darkness is there, it eats your spell.
I'm gonna go for it.
All right, so are you going to just totally walk?
No, I'm running. I'm going ham, and the second this starts to give way, I'm gonna jump. I'm committing. Let's go.
All right. So this is going to be, yet another athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, and it's going to be at disadvantage.
Still a 16.
16. So apparently the aspect of these little vines not supporting your weight was all in your head as you go tearing off, and you get a good 100 feet before it opens up and you find yourself on another platform, and there is a wall there.
Freddie, do me a solid and go let them know it's fine to come over.
So, what does Freddy's vocal pattern sound like?
Like Freddie Mercury.
So all you now have your head canon as Freddie Mercury's voice
Yeah.
comes out of the tech box, telling you which direction the nebula went, and that it's perfectly fine.
Oh, alrighty then. You two, are you coming back up?
Working on it.
I'll send Hefty down to just like waddle down the tree and go get him,
I'm
and then teleport
frustrated.
him back up.
I'm Tabitha's frustrated, and just sort of like even though she's clumsy and climbing up, kind of like pushes Hefty away, like I can do it.
I'm totally fine with Hefty helping. Hey, Freddy, I got an idea. Give me a hand. So I want to, when I want to try and like walk across, I want to hold Freddy to kind of like help stabilize and balance me.
Is Nebula okay with this?
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I trust you.
All right. So you can make your check, but not at disadvantage when you go across the vine.
That's a 10. Yep, definitely a 10.
So the vine is only an inch wide, so this is not exactly easy to do. So you're holding on to Freddy. So as you begin to slip, go ahead and give me a dex save at advantage.
Well, I hope I get higher than that. That's a 14.
All right. You managed to, keep yourself upright. The momentary, grip on, this floating tech box. It doesn't have a lot of strength, so it dips down. So I imagine, you probably, catch a knee or like, fall to your butt on this little vine, and you got to like work your way back up. But you're able to, fix it and slow your pace and ever so slowly get across this.
Thanks for the assist, Freddy.
I'm pulling up the rear again. I'm just gonna. She doesn't have. You said it's all dark and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision. I'm just gonna grip my sword and hold it out in front of me, and just before I do, sort of like concentrate on my talisman, which is also a little sword, like my big sword, and just sort of like, and just go, just hope to make it. And what is an athletics check? You said
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Yeah. Ooh, dirty 20.
All right. So, the whole holding a pole to help you balance, you just use your sword to do it. As you slowly, ever so slowly, having seen the previous falls, you're like, I'm tired of falling. I need to look like a badass. So, like, as you see the platform, in the haze, ahead, you quick do a flourish with a sword and sheath it as you take your final couple steps across.
And then I presume I have to make a check too to get across.
Of course.
All right. Okay. 12.
12. You're you slip a little bit. You don't quite fall, but it takes you a while to wind up getting your way across. If you've ever seen the people walking on the tightrope, and you see those moments of hesitation where they stop and have to catch themselves, this is kind of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of imagine almost sloth-like the Gantuan just loops his claws over top of it and just kind of walks behind you, and you're paying attention, and if he doesn't quite make it, you just pop him back over to you without too much of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But you find yourselves at this platform, a little bit more spacious than the last one, and there is a wall. And when all well, 5 of you are there. The barrier, kind of lifts, and you find yourselves, out of the trees.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, we made it. We
See
made it.
just, grasslands in front of you. No clear direction. And as step out, you wind up seeing, a gout of flame heading in your direction as the chimera once more rears its head, and the door closes before the flame can get to you.
Oh my.
Oh, behind us. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that would have been right nasty right there. Yes,
For
sir.
him. For it.
Yes, that's what I meant. And I like pointedly look at the camera, deer the headlights, like unconvincingly.
You are absolutely fearless.
Who is you? Her?
Her.
I think Enzel's fearless.
Oh, me?
What? No. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. Not afraid of anything.
That's right. And I'll stride off. Is there any kind of path here?
There is not.
I want to
as the
go
door
like that and see if I can tell. Like, I don't have any reason to do that, but I've seen people do that. And does the ground slope down any particular direction? Or do I hear running water anywhere? I want to find a creek.
At this very moment, when the wall closes behind you, there is literally nothing in any direction. You see yourself just completely on this open grasslands, open plains. It is, other than grass, it is completely barren.
Have you ever seen this on the show before, Burke?
I don't know. Have I, or was it Nebula has seen the show before too?
Mm-hmm.
Do either of us know about this?
This appears to be a new one.
Oh, this is a new one. I don't know.
We're about to make history.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say.
How tall is the
Nothing's
grass?
ever plain until
does not appear like it's wildlands.
Well, they say nothing's ever plain, not truly if you add salt. So I guess we're the salt in this situation.
So are we going to salt their fields? Is that what you're telling me?
Why are you so
are
angry all the
ruthless.
time? I would have thought she'd be the angry one with the skulls on her armor and whatnot.
I'm not angry. I'm asking.
I want
You
to.
kinda
You're
have
the
an
one that's
attitude.
wanting to salt people's fields.
You kind of have an attitude.
I want to
Yeah.
check
You're
the
the one who
grass.
doesn't like Serafina.
I flip you off and I continue walking.
That's the way we're going.
I stomp away.
What are you checking the grass for, Enzo?
So I go up to the grass to check it, be like, this looks too inviting, to see if it's like a trap or anything. As Nebula stomps past me.
Just right into it.
Kiss
You know,
the
we
boots,
could just-
Enzo.
We could just set the whole field on fire
This
and see
field-
what happens.
Is about to taste my boots.
All right.
Freddy apparently recognize a command, begins playing your song.
Thanks, Freddy.
We have a track now. We have a soundtrack.
I
You get
will.
royalties every time that
I will
plays
get
now?
up and scurry after Nebula.
So what were you trying to check for?
Just make sure it was like regular grass,
Looks and feels like regular grass.
not like some kind of like soul sucking, blood drinking grass. If I was going to build a murder dungeon with a plane of grass in it, it would totally be blood sucking grass. That's what I say. Is I kind of like follow Nebula.
Oh, we should probably catch up there, Hefty. And I start jogging after them. Tabitha, you coming?
Nebula,
Yeah, I followed Nebula right away.
as you stomp off, do you have 24 or less hit points currently?
No.
No, Nebula.
No, I'm good. I've been healed multiple times. I have 32 hit points.
Okay. All right. So as you stomp off, you go crashing through this series of grass and puffballs, and the ground just
Ted, are there poppies?
No,
Are there poppies in this field?
to some extent, but this
Star Trek episode.
powdery stuff begins to float into the air, and it definitely seems to get you tend to get a little drowsy. You manage to shake it off, but it definitely seemed something.
I've seen The Wizard of Oz,
I think everybody has seen The Wizard
Actually, I
of Oz.
never have, like in one sitting all the way through.
Man,
Fun fact.
that's crazy. All right, so as you look around, you're pretty confident that they weren't all here a moment ago, but now you see these little white flowers, little white puffballs everywhere, and you're standing in the middle of them.
Burke, I think you had the right idea.
Oh, what do you mean? Wait, with Tabitha being the angry one?
Well, no, you're right about that too. But no, burning the field.
Oh, okay. And I start throwing fireballs.
I run back. Oh God, I got wig hair in my throat.
Oh, like in real life, you guys?
Yes.
Oh. You're really role playing. I thought you meant like the little white puffballs.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna toss a couple of these produced flames at the area where she was, since he said burn it. Well, actually, the area he is, because he said burn it.
So more of these things kind of like float up around you, but you manage to shake it off. But I mean, you're starting to really feel drowsy. I was only off by 2. It was close.
Oh, that's why you asked him to hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That was evil.
I mean, come on, you got to think of how do you stop somebody? How do you slow
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
put them to sleep? And that's it's safe. It's effective.
It's a neutralizer.
So are you just gonna burn everything in sight there, Burke?
I'm gonna throw fire where Enzo was because he said burn it.
All right, so you're throwing fire at the grass around Enzo.
Mm-hmm. Not sure if it's doing anything positive, but
And I think also we should keep moving. Just like burn as we go.
yeah, just like Enzo, don't stand in the middle of the fire.
Nighty night, don't let the murder grass bite.
Everyone. Oh, that's great.
If he couldn't
That's
stand,
awesome.
if he couldn't stand the heat, he'd have no business in a kitchen, Burke.
But everyone who watches this show knows you never stand in the fire, except for that one dungeon where you do stand in the fire because it's the way to protect you, which is really, really weird.
I could
Only
stand in
Robin's
fire.
getting this reference.
I could stand in a fire.
I've lit myself on fire. So after some time, the grass tends to drift away, and you find yourself out of the grass and looking
Is there a
at.
burning field behind us?
Oh, there's absolutely a burning field behind you.
Don't look back
We
at
don't
it.
look back.
Yeah. I'd imagine Burke starts to look back around. Don't look back. Keep walking.
Oh,
That means you too, Hefty.
I'm just
Eyes
like
ahead.
looking around for cameras. You don't think they saw that, did you?
I hope so.
The cameras see everything.
Do you know how cool we look right now?
Oh, right. Wait. No, here's what we got to do. We got to walk in slow motion away from the fire and don't look back at it. If you got sunglasses, it's better.
We totally do the
sunglasses.
slow motion thing.
Yeah. We're like in real time.
So as the grass gives way to completely barren stone, a storm above begins to collect.
Storm. Aren't we inside?
That's not ominous.
No, we're out in a big, like, vast open field.
Yeah, but I mean, like, technically, like, we're inside. It's like a big studio, right?
Oh no, there's vast magics involved. Enzo, we're probably being teleported. We might not even be on the same plane of existence right now. It's a lot different than a cooking show, as far as I don't know. There was one weird cooking show.
Mark, what do you know about storms? You ever see anything like that before?
Oh, I mean, usually you want to go inside for a storm there, and I will look up at being the ranger that is not trained in nature.
Awesome.
So then go ahead, and I'm gonna have fun with this. Whatever Steven knows about storms, use that against your fellow players. Say something that's absolutely incorrect.
Okay. So I know that when there's lightning, you want to set up a lightning rod so that it draws all the lightning to it, but you don't want to be holding the lightning rod. And make sure you got an umbrella, especially in that windy storm, because then you can fly away like that nanny, what's her face, that flies away on umbrellas and storms and whatnot.
Eddie Hawkins.
Yeah, that one. Are you sure?
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm
maybe.
very sure.
I don't know. There's always commercials for it during this show. Are we cross promoting right now? Is that what's happening?
So we want to call down the thunder? Is that what you're saying?
Because power should make you say,
Oh no, you just triggered it. Now they're going to drop something on us. Everybody take cover.
I'm going to throw my sword into the
us?
ground and say, and call out to the storm and say, "Go, bring on the thunder."
All right. So,
we'll bring the power.
Nebula, you had
Because
called
power
forth,
makes you say,
You have called forth your sponsor. What is it that Nebula is looking for at this moment?
oh no, I wasn't trying to. I was just making a lightning pun.
Oh, but you called forth your sponsor.
The lightning rod. You must have summoned the lightning rod.
I'm summoning a lightning rod. Or an umbrella.
Which of those would you prefer?
Combination umbrella lightning rod.
Give me a lightning rod.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to be carried away on. A lightning rod that you're holding.
So,
Well, I trust my friend.
all right. So, this
Friend is a little
this
strange.
this green box with the M emblazoned, or the triple M emblazoned on all six sides, appears above you, coming down on a parachute with the same logo emblazoned upon it as it drifts down directly towards you, Nebula, and you open it up, and inside is said lightning rod.
Cool.
Quick, stick it in the ground.
But I thought you were supposed to hold it.
No, you don't hold it.
That's why I stuck my sword in the ground.
I stick it in the ground.
My sword looks cooler in the ground.
It sure does.
I mutter under my breath.
Oh, then I probably didn't hear you.
Maybe. I just didn't want the camera. It's our sponsor.
All right.
Look at that shiny metal from man's magnificent munitions. Oh my gosh, right there. Look
It
at
just
it.
makes
It's
me
so
want to say,
shiny.
It sure is coming in incredibly handy right now.
So, Enzo,
Mmm.
the lightning above crackles. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
From just Enzo?
I am just.
Oh, because he's covered in pots and pans, perhaps.
that's a 21, not 20.
That's a
Ooh.
nice. So you will take a whopping 1 point of damage from the lightning bolt that zaps down next to you.
Hey, you're supposed to strike the rod.
Can I interject with the aside thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We cut away from this this moment as the bolt of lightning strikes down, and we see Burke.
Oh my, we weren't really sure if we needed that lightning rod or whatnot. And then Enzo got hit with the lightning, and then he did something nobody believed.
So was Burke by themselves, or are you pulling somebody else in with you?
I'll bring Enzo with me.
All right, so it's Burke and Enzo. What is Enzo's reaction?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. The sky crackled, there was thunder, then the bolt of lightning. All I did is jump out of the way at the last minute. I think the lightning rod pulled it away from me at the last second. I can't believe that worked. Burke is a genius when it comes to weather.
And Enzo's much more nimble than he looks.
Well, in the kitchen, you gotta be fast on your feet.
I didn't know you cooked with lightning. I thought you only cooked with fire.
You use whatever's available.
Oh. Is that how you cook lightning fish?
Well, you wouldn't be called lightning fish without lightning now, would it?
That makes a lot of sense there, don't you know?
If it wasn't for that rod, he would have been cooked by lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get I guess when we go back, let's get out of here and leave the rod behind. Hopefully that'll pull the lightning. Is there any features? Is it just like planes?
So there appears that Burke winds up noticing there is like a larger, rockier crag in the slight distance ahead, but it's also in the direction that the storm seems to be coming from.
Looks like we're heading for the eye of the storm, and I will charge forward because I want to get out of the lightning.
All right, I want all of you to give me a dexterity saving throw as the storm beats down upon all of you.
Oh no!
The dex saves.
That's gonna be a 12.
Come on, give me the power score. That is not the power score. 2.
Steven, I feel like we're in the same place right now.
We might be.
8.
8.
So when you asked what we rolled as a number, my total is 6, but my natural was a number below 2.
Oh, you needed my actual roll was 3.
All right, so all of you fail and take 13 points of lightning damage. As you are blasted with lightning, and it appears that the lightning that strikes the ground, begins to take on this feline form. But as you see this lightning cat, dancing around, the flashes of lightning you see on that rocky crag. Oh dear Lord, Robin, that's crazy. Robin typed 130 points of damage. Oops.
Instant death.
Am I allowed to have absorbed elements with that, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But in the rocky crags ahead, you do see what appears to be, the archway, the ye old exit, if you will, and it's got all of the typical sigils and glyphs that you are expecting and that you were told. You have got a lightning cat in front of you, and you've got an exit, to the other side. What do you do?
Are we
Hmm.
rolling initiative?
Sure.
That
Okay.
seems reasonable.
Oh, now it wants to roll well.
17.
9 for Tabitha.
Dirty 20.
17.
All right. All right, 20's up.
Okay. This probably is not going to do anything extra. However, my staff, which is now crackling with that lightning that I absorbed, I will take it in both my hands. And when I take it in both my hands, I twist, and all of the little cracks in the wood just start glowing with this pulsing red as I bonus action cast Shillelagh. And then I will charge and try to hit the thing with my lightning charge Shillelagh staff.
Sure.
Okay. So that is... Oh, well, I rolled a natural 3, so that's a total of 8.
So, this thing being, made of electricity and feline, it seems to be quite nimble, and it dances away from your strike.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And I don't know if I have to use my bonus action to command Hefty or not.
You use bonus action to cast Shillelagh.
Yeah, I don't know if I have to use a bonus action to make Hefty dodge. Okay. I have to use a bonus action to command him to do anything other than dodge.
Right.
That's how it works. Okay.
So then, Enzo and Nebula, you are up. I assume Enzo has the higher dex.
You would assume incorrectly.
Oh.
But you said you were dexterous.
No.
Oh,
I am. All right. I want to cast sleep.
what are you casting?
Sleep.
Okay, roll it up.
So that's going to be ye old 23.
This does not seem to go to sleep.
Okay, I thought so. I had to try.
Whether it has too many hit points or immune to such things, you are not quite sure, but your spell does not seem to purchase target. Enzo.
Got anything else you need to do, Bard?
Would you like inspiration?
Shit, somebody could use it. Yeah, sure.
They can see how your boots taste.
So I want to try and run. I'm running towards it.
Okay.
And as I do, I am going to begin throwing my magical knives at it.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration. Was it a die 6 or is that a die 6?
I think so. Yeah.
So that is going to take me up to a 21.
That hits.
I'm going to use a superiority die. I'm going to try and push it away
Okay.
from me, and that's going to be 9 points of damage. And
what kind of saves does it have to make?
it is DC 14. Come on.
Oh, there.
Strength saving throw.
All right. That's a 17 on the die, sir.
Okay. Oh, it's also going to take some more damage, so.
Sure.
Another 8 points of damage.
Okay. 17.
And that's my first attack. My second attack
Wait, he gets another shot.
is an 18 to hit.
It does.
All right. And
He's nimble, but not that nimble.
that's going to be 9. I'm going to spend another die. Try and push it again.
Sure.
And it's going to be another 4.
So 13 damage. So you've hit him for 30. He's got a 12 on his save.
So he gets pushed 15 feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to quick toss using a maneuver.
Getting crazy.
Another 18.
18 hits.
And that's going to be 10. Plus, I believe I do extra damage. Another 8.
So 48 points of damage so far.
And you know what? I'm going to spend another die to push him because I just attacked and hit. Technically, I don't know if you can really do that or not because I'm kind of confused on how quick toss works.
It's 18 on the save.
Okay, so he saves, but he's going to take another points of damage.
Another how much?
2 points of damage, so I'm done.
Nice.
No action surge?
Oh, I'm a fighter. I can action surge. You know what? I will action surge because you know what? I can't get hit because it's not going to go well for me at all. Thanks, Ted.
You've thrown 3 of your 5 new knives.
I know. That's a 16 to hit.
That's
you're not up near it. You're throwing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's going to be another 9 points of damage.
All right.
And I get one more shot.
Oh my gosh.
That's only going to be a 13 to hit.
13 is gonna miss. You've pushed this thing quite a bit. You know, the storm is crackling above. I mean, the thing seems to be entirely of electricity.
So did I push it enough to kind of like skirt around it and head for that opening?
Well, maybe I misunderstood, or maybe I misspoke. Lightning Cat is here. You guys are here. Exit's over here. You know, you could have gone either direction.
Gotcha. Oh, in that case, it's gonna be like, and then head for the exit.
Hashtag agree.
Yeah, I misunderstood too. I thought the exit was beyond the cat.
No. My sincere apologies. I was trying to say, like, you've got a choice. You know, do you want the pizzazz and the show of a fight, or do you just want a GTFO?
Well, now we've got the pizzazz.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see them running for that. And wait, is it the lightning cast turn or?
No. Tabitha, you are up.
Okay, so yeah, I see them running towards it, and I'm like, and I just scowl in their direction, and I point my sword at the lightning cat, and this is kind of funny. I've never played a warlock before. Is there no save for hex? It just hexes them? Like they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So a red spectral sword sort of like appears above its head and points down as I put a curse on the creature's strength. And then I'm going to, still holding my sword, I just charge at it. And when I get close, sort of like bend down and like spin around in the air and bring my sword down. But I'm not striking it. That's just the material or the semantic component of me casting Chill Touch, because like a spectral hand kind of like flies off the blade and just goes to grab at the cat. So I'm going to try. So that's an attack roll. And I got a 21.
That hits.
Okay. And it's going to do, let's see, 7 plus, what is hex? 1d6?
Yep.
7 and 13 necrotic damage.
Did you roll 1 die for your chill touch?
Did I?
I only heard 1 die hit. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Sweet. That's another 6 necrotic damage on top of whatever I said.
Nice.
So did you go up to it there, Tabitha?
Mm-hmm. I'm like right up near it.
All right. So it is its turn.
Okay.
That is a 19 and a 14 to hit you.
Oh, yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
So it comes in at you. Let's see here.
The first hit, though, I'm going to use my Rebuke of the Talisman If I'm hit by an attacker I can see within 30 feet, I rebuke it. It does 3 psychic damage and pushes it 10 feet away.
Ooh.
Okay.
I just
Um,
flourish like that. Like,
so it does 3 damage, you said?
yeah, it's 3 psychic damage.
All right. So definitely did not like that.
Good.
So that is 9 slashing and 6 lightning.
Okay.
It gets pushed
Can-
back 10 feet.
Yep. 9 and
It's got-
6. So 14.
Plenty of movement. So it comes
Sure.
back up to make the second hit, which is going to do 7 points of slashing and
Okay.
4 of lightning.
Okay.
It definitely looks to be moving less ably.
The lightning isn't crackling as quickly.
No, it actually seems that a lot of the lightning has fled.
Yeah.
You know,
Cool.
and that brings us to the top of the order. Burke.
All right.
Okay. So I will shout "Bad kitty" and run in towards it. Now I want to do something weird, and I'm not sure how to do this
Okay.
because I know I'm able to cast absorb elements. Can I try to absorb the cat into my staff?
You know what? I like this idea. So go ahead and make a melee attack roll as you cast the spell.
Okay, let's go for it. Shillelagh nonsense. 7.
That's gonna be a miss.
Yep.
I like the thought, but the dice were not on your side.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action then to
Okay.
order Hefty to attack it.
Okay.
So he's going to run up and try to hit it with his maul ability. And he's
Sure.
charging.
That's where you go buy
So-
stuff, right?
Huh? The what?
You said
Where
it's
you
the
go
ball.
buy-
It was a bad pun.
Oh.
I suspect Hefty's about to double his size.
All right, Hefty, go in for the commerce.
Love the smell of commerce.
Why? Why can my thing roll? Why can my pet roll better than me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hefty's
Okay,
he's a star.
15.
He's got star power.
15 hits.
All right. So it is 1d8 plus 2 plus 3. So that's let me roll a d8. But then it also does a d6 because he's mauling it and charging it.
Your minimum covers it.
So that's 10 plus 5, so 15 damage.
So he takes 3 points of lightning damage as he strikes this thing. And as Dave was saying, doubling in size as all the hair just kind of poofs out. But how does Hefty end of the lightning cat?
How does he what?
How does Hefty end this lightning cat?
So Hefty's gonna like tromp up to it, right? And he's just like, "Ooh," and like body slams on top of it, and just there's no more cat, and he just laying there,
So in other
like
words,
all big and staticky.
So in other words, he grounded it.
He did ground it.
So the lightning cat is no more. You see the archway. Oh, we've got
As this, just because I wanted to use this, and it's a reaction. There's like just a last little crackle of lightning, and I'm going to cast Death Knell on it, and it is absorbed into me.
okay.
I will
Ooh.
gain life force back from the dying creature's power.
Sure.
That's a spell you guys made up in a video. And now I just got 6 temporary hit points.
Nice. So I assume you guys head towards the archway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you run at breakneck speeds, or do you stroll casually? What's the scene here?
I am gonna be riding Hefty and booking it.
Yeah.
Charge!
Yeah, this is a timed thing.
All right. All right. So as you cross the threshold You are greeted by none other than the host, dressed as yours truly.
Woo!
Well done, well done. You've made it through your first of 6 runs. You had some issues in the trees and issues in the grass. You saw a chimera. You saw a lightning cat. What did you guys think?
I thought it was very intense. More intense than a circus.
Yeah, there was a lot more falling involved than I initially anticipated.
Sorry about that.
It's even better from this side of the screen.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you can rest up, prepare yourselves. There's a few more crews that need to do their runs before you'll get your next turn. We'll have to see how things go when next we gather on Dungeons and Delving.
Woo!
So
yeah,
that's it. That's it for the session.
I wait with a bated breath before the session ends to see if my knives actually do return.
They do indeed. All 5 of your knives appear in your chef's bandolier.
Woohoo!
So
How many hit points did you guys have left by the end there?
20.
Really? Oh.
I actually had 38 hit points left.
I just had 3.
Because I kept absorbing elements, so
19.
it halves that.
Okay.
Did you say you had 3 hit points left?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'll have to be more brutal next time.
Oh yeah, man. I made this character to be a tank.
So as previously described, these characters will level up for next session, and we'll have
level 6.
have a session off from the delve. Join us next time as we continue this craziness and see how things go. Any final thoughts, everybody?
This is a blast.
Yeah.
I love the mechanic of the aside where we get to like reality show, just like, oh, this happened, blah blah blah. Like that's awesome. That's a great mechanic.
Mhm.
I wanted that element from the TV shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My only thought is Tabitha is going to fucking die at some point.
I
She's
know,
gonna
right?
be like hanging on by a thread of a life, and Doug is gonna be like, "I'm fine. It's okay." It's like she's totally the Black Knight.
That's all they do. It's like undying. She's a hollow one. It's pretty hard to kill. I mean, I don't want her to die.
Well, you pop back up on a or higher, so that's that's pretty potent.
Yeah, you get false life at will.
All right, everybody. Until next time.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Hey, nerdy.
Nerdy.